Hi, there was a question posted on the HomeSeer forum about how to tie together the Withings scale with HomeSeer to read data. The easiest way that I know of where it doesn't require any kind of plugin and it works really well to get the data is using if this then that. Let me walk through it. I've had success with it and it doesn't require any real coding. So first thing you have to do is connect with things and HomeSeer, obviously. And once you do that, you just create a new applet. Click on New Applet. We create if this. Let's look for with things, and there's with things. And new body scale measurement. When a new scale measurement comes in, we're going to say, okay, so we have that, then that. And we want HomeSeer. HomeSeer. There's that. And what you want to choose is send a text message command to HomeSeer. And from that, you're going to select the text to send. And what we're going to send so that it's identified as data coming from the Withings scale to HomeSeer, not something else coming in, we're just going to say the obvious. Data from Withings scale. Then let's give it a space, a dash as our delimiter to then separate the identifier from the data. And then we're going to add an ingredient, let's say the weight in pounds to send back. So data from Withings scale, space, dash, space, and then the weight to return back. And then we're going to parse that string to pull out the date. Create the action. We're going to give that a name, and I'm just going to say send weight data to HomeSeer. And again, it doesn't have to just be the weight data. You can send all the other data that the scale is capable of and just send it as a delimited string, and then you parse the parts that it sends back and pull off the data that you want. And we're just going to say finish. Next time you step on the scale, this data gets sent to HomeSeer. We're not totally done. We have to write the little tiny script on the HomeSeer side that actually pulls in this data. And I've already got that written here. Let's walk through it. So if you look at it, the first thing in the script, it has to be called check underscore vcmd.vb. The name is important because when IFTTT calls HomeSeer, HomeSeer will look for a script by this name and pass it that data as a parameter. So when that data that's sent from if this then that gets sent to HomeSeer as a parameter, this is just going to pull that into a string called raw command. Then we're going to check that string and see if it contains data from Withings scale, which was the key word we put at the beginning from if this then that. And if it contains that, we know that this is data coming from the scale. And then we're just going to split the string apart, looking for the dash, which separates the data from that identifier data from Withings scale. And then we're going to pull the element that comes immediately after the dash and trim out the spaces. And then write that data in the Withings data category. I'm in the Withings data variable. And then what you do with that is whatever you want. You can convert that to a double since it is a decimal value. You can then assign it to a device. You can put it into a database. You can do whatever you want with that piece of data. And if you want to see the output, you can see the script starting. You can see the raw data passed is data from Withings scale. This is directly from the HomeSeer log, and the weight itself that's passed. And then after it's parsed and just has the variable, this is just the trimmed data that comes back after that second piece of it. So from the raw data to trimming out just the number, you can then convert that to a double precision floating point value and do whatever you'd like. And then the script ends. One of the important things to note is if you pass back any kind of return value, this tells HomeSeer to stop doing any kind of processing on the data sent back. If you pass back a blank string, then it continues to do processing. In this case, since we are sending data back from if this then that for just Withings scale information, it's done. We have the value here and We don't need HomeSeer to do anything else with it. That's pretty much it, and it works. It's got all the issues that if this then that does. Sometimes it takes a minute, sometimes it's a few seconds. That's just an if this then that thing, but it does eventually go to HomeSeer, and HomeSeer does parse it properly. And that's about it. Hope you find it helpful.